Hey, what's going on guys, it's Rajay here. Today we're going to be doing a sort of different video. I haven't done anything like this before, but we're on a brand new channel, Rajay Effects, RJ So yeah, this video today is going to be how to do like a radial spectrum. So you might have seen it in videos like No Copyright Sounds or Monster Cat, where they have the up and down spectrum, like the straight line spectrum. The only difference between that one and this one is this one's going to be based on a circular sort of spectrum, if you know what I mean. But we're going to get straight into this. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need a fairly up-to-date version of Adobe After Effects. I'm running Adobe After Effects CC 2015 because I have the Adobe Creative Cloud. But yeah, so we're going to be using we have a picture here. This is the picture, and we have a piece of music. So we're gonna go straight away here. We can just drag these over, I think. So they're gonna go straight in there. Perfect. That's great. Right. So what we want to do first is we're gonna put our picture onto our timeline, looking fabulous. And before we add any music or the spectrum itself, we're going to be maybe editing this a little bit. So we're going to go layer, new, and solid. It doesn't matter what it's called. Color, we'll go for maybe a whitish, and we'll see what we can do from the white. So it'll pop up like this. You're going to go down here. You're going to press these arrows until you go transform, opacity, and we're just going to lower this down a little bit. See, it goes from being very dark. You can make it a bit whiter if you want. We're going to do that. Actually, no. We'll get rid of the white solid. But that's just that's a way you can sort of edit your photographs if you want to change them up a little bit. But yeah, so we're now going to add our music in, and I'm just gonna drag our music up. I'm sorry, try and put it up above. There we go. Sorry, it took a while. But I like to make sure it's nice and organised so that we don't get confused. Right, next we're going to go layer, solid, and here, this is alright. Okay, again, a solid doesn't matter, whatever it's called. You call it whatever you want, that's perfectly fine. But we're going to go over to Effect. You're going to head down to Generate and go across to Audio Spectrum, not Waveform, Audio Spectrum. Two completely different things. We can get into this in a different video, but Audio Spectrum is the one you're going to want to use. So here you have you've got some pink dots looking very fine. So straight away I'm going to change these to white. It might be fairly hard to see, but you'll kind of get the gist of it. Alright, so you've got loads of settings here. The first thing you want to do though is you're going to go over here to Effects and Presets. If you haven't got that, I believe you can go Windows, Effects and Presets, or if that's still not working, I believe you can reset to Standard and it'll be there, or Control 5, that works as well. So we're going to go over to this box and we're going to type in polar, and you get polar coordinates. You're literally going to drag this onto your thing and it'll give you a smaller option down here. So we're going to bump this up to 100, and it does this with the spectrum, and turn this to rect to polar. If you don't do this, it will stay like this. If you do rect to polar, it goes into that circular, but you can see we've only got, I don't know if you can see it, it's not very clear, but we've only got a little bit of the circle complete. But so far, what you want to do is you want to come up here, you want to change this to -370 and this to 360, and I'll do that weird thing with the circle. And then you want to change this to 2000 and this one to 360, and there you go, you have a complete circle there. Right, so I should have probably done this earlier, but if you come up here to audio layer, you're going to change this to your track. So I have the flyaway.mp3. Okay, And the only reason I'm using NCS is because obviously I don't want to get a copyright strike. So if we try and render this here, okay, so not looking great so far, but we can, you know, edit it. Oh, right, so if you come here to start frequency and end frequency, that's all okay for now. Frequency bands, so I'm going to change this to 200, so the little dots, you now get a lot of little dots. Let's zoom in on it a little bit. I'm also going to change the maximum height to 4000, and that means that it should now go a little bit higher. Oh, I've put it to 400, my bad. 4000, there you go. And if we just play through it, it goes a little bit higher. So looking good. Audio duration, that should be alright. Offset, I like to set to 10 milliseconds. Thickness, now thickness is a weird one. I like to set my thickness to 10 or 5. Let's set it to 5. And let's set our softness to 20. Okay, this is all okay. You don't need to mess around with these settings. You can have analog lines, so it does this. They use that in some, or you can have analog dots, basically the same thing, just with dots. I don't really like analog dots or analog lines, so we're just going to keep it as digital. Now, side A, side B, side A and B. If you choose side A, it will just go inside. It's not going to look very good. I don't think that's what you really want. If you choose side A and B, to what we had last time, where it goes around like that, it looks alright, but we're just going to keep it at side B, where it just does that. Perfect. So, now you're practically done. That's it. That's your tutorial. So we can then go up here to the text. We can add in a bit of text. What text should we use? Comic Sans. Let's have a look. What do I usually use? I don't know, we can just go with whatever. This one looks interesting. That will do for now. So we'll do RGE. You can then bump up this to, I say, 72, maybe a bit more. You probably need about 100. Let's go 130. That'll do. So if we then do this, you can kind of center it yourself by using, you know, tools, etc. There you go. So yeah, and I will I'll render this and I'll put it at the end of the video so you can see what it's like. Thanks for watching, guys.